fight fans. So we have some development news when it comes to Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson. It appears that Tank's team, confirmed by Calvin Ford, has sent a contract over to Shakur Stevenson. Now, this fight is pretty easy to make in the political space in terms of promotional companies, because Shakur Stevenson is a free agent. Now, it is very possible that he would have to sign with the PBC for this fight to happen, but I can't see that being a problem. He could sign a 3-fight deal with the PBC, which is usually the case when they do these type of fights, because they want to provide the possibility for a rematch and the possibility for a trilogy. For example, if Shakur Stevenson beats Tank Davis, then they would do a rematch, and if Tank Davis beats Shakur Stevenson, then obviously a big selling point would be a trilogy. So then they would go ahead and do a trilogy just to finish it off. So a 3-fight deal would be a smart kind of promotional company contract to have Shakur Stevenson come in and fight Tank Davis. Shakur Stevenson being a free agent and being the most watched person on free TV makes it a very lucrative fight for Tank Davis. Now, there are rumors, and of course we're going to put the asterisk on this because it is a rumor. We don't know for sure. This is just a rumor, but we will definitely, if we get the correct information, the actual information from boxing insiders, we're going to go ahead and do a video explaining the details on that. But the rumor is that they are offering Shakur Stevenson his career high as a match. They're matching his career high, which it was probably his Oscar Valdez fight. So they're saying that you will get exactly what you got for your Oscar Valdez fight. Now, if that is true, number one, Shakur should take it no matter what, because at the end of the day, he has to give himself something. No one is willing to fight him. He's not in that position he was in the past. He has to take a somewhat of a financial risk in terms of the contract of what would happen between him and Tank, so that he could get the Tank fight. He needs to take that. He needs to take that hit, basically. But it would be pretty low from the Tank team to do that, considering a few factors, right? They're saying that this is worth the same amount that you versus Oscar Valdez is worth, when we know that that isn't true. That was a free fight on ESPN. This is a fight that's on a pay-per-view, right? And it's going to generate a lot of viewership. Now, when Calvin Ford was talking about, you see what they asked for, you see what happened, a lot of people took that, twisted it, and pretended that Shakur Stevenson was asking for $30 million, which if he asked for $30 million, he will be way out of his depth. He's obviously 100% not asking for $30 million. He is simply asking. He has simply not said anything, actually. So we don't know. But of course, the way social media and boxing YouTube works, people are going to pretend and say anything to keep a narrative going against a fighter that they don't like. So no, they're not talking about Shakur asking for $30 million. They said, we're going to send him the contract. We're sending him the contract. But you've already saw what happened. These fighters who fight on free TV, they asking for $30 million. It is in reference to the Lomachenko situation, where Lomachenko fights on free TV, and he was asking for $30 million, right? That's what he's referring to. So he's saying if Shakur comes with that energy, then, you know, we're definitely going to move on. I don't think Shakur will come with that energy. I do think Shakur understands the importance of the moment, and he's going to want to secure the fight. However, that matching his career high is pretty low. It is low. Like, we have to be honest, is low. Because here's the thing. A lot of people like to equate Shakur's value to Tank's value. And that is perfectly fine to do. You could do that because there is a discussion there. Shakur is not more valuable money-wise than Tank. Absolutely. But it's the same way Canelo was not more valuable than Floyd Mayweather money-wise. Floyd Mayweather doesn't have to fight Canelo he could fight whoever he wants and do 1 million pay-per-views, right? However, and if Canelo fights whoever he wants, he's not going to do 1 million pay-per-views. He might do 200,000 pay-per-views or 300,000 pay-per-views. That's what he's going to do. However, if Floyd Mayweather fights Canelo, he'll do 2.2 million pay-per-views. You also have to look at it based off of the tether. They're both tethered together, right? Tank is tethered to Shakur Stevenson. If Tank, for example, fights Isaac Cruz, he won't make nearly enough as much in pay-per-view that he would make if he fought Shakur Stevenson. If he was to fight Ryan Garcia, he won't make it again with than what he will make with Shakur Stevenson. I wholeheartedly believe that even fighting Ryan Garcia rematch, because the magic is gone already, that he won't do those numbers that he would do with Shakur Stevenson. Now, when we look at people who fight on free TV, everybody that Tank fights on pay-per-view are people that fight on free TV. Everybody. So when you say he's a free TV guy, we already know what it is. Everyone's a free TV guy other than Tank, right? Tank is the only not free TV guy. He fought Frank Martin. He fought on free TV. Isaac Cruz, he fought on free TV. Rolly Romero, he fought on free TV. They all fight on free TV. Shakur has the best free TV numbers in years, right? He has the best free TV numbers in years. So if you're going to fight somebody on free TV, which is absolutely everybody, because no one else is a pay-per-view star other than Tank, you're not going to get a better candidate than Shakur Stevenson. So there is value for Tank to make sure that he also secures the Shakur Stevenson fight. Again, he could fight whoever he wants, and he'll make more than Shakur Stevenson if Shakur Stevenson fights whoever he wants. He won't make more if he doesn't fight Shakur Stevenson. The most he can make right now at this moment, in my opinion, is fighting Shakur Stevenson. Can he move up to 140 and fight Teofimo Lopez? Yes, but Teofimo Lopez versus his previous fight didn't hit the numbers that Shakur Stevenson hit on free TV. Teofimo Lopez versus Josh Taylor, a big fight that was supposed to be a big fight. It didn't hit the numbers that Shakur Stevenson hit versus Artem Hartunian. Now, for Shakur Stevenson, you have to understand, he pulled those numbers with a guy that no one really knew, right? A guy that nobody really cared about, knows, whatever. He pulled those numbers. Again, it doesn't matter why he pulled those numbers. And with the Nielsen numbers, we know exactly when people were watching. And it was that 1.8 million or that 1.18 million that happened during the time of the main event. So it wasn't because of the undercard. A lot of people are trying to say it's the undercard. I watched for Abdullah Mason. Sure, you watched. You guys increased the numbers to 1.18 million viewers because of Abdullah Mason, because he was more popular than Shakur Stevenson. No, right? Like, it's a cool thing to have in the undercard, but that's not the thing that's pulling viewers. What's pulling viewers is Shakur Stevenson. If Abdullah Mason had a main event on his own, he's not even getting close to 1.18 million. And that is the truth. So clearly, Shakur Stevenson is the person that's pulling those views. Now, you could be watching because you want to see him lose. You could be watching because you want to see him get embarrassed. You could be watching because you want to meme him being boring. You could do whatever you want. You're still watching. And you've generated a certain number for him to be able to bring to the negotiation table. They can say, listen, we get it. We are not the A side in any way, shape, or form. But you can't offer us less than what you were going to offer Lomachenko, because Lomachenko don't do better free TV than me. If we're going off of free TV, right? Let's look at the Nielsen numbers. I have better numbers, right? There could be that argument there. I will say, if there is pushback in any way, right? Like, Shakur could attempt to try to get a little bit more, but if there's any pushback from the Tank team and they say, no, this is a take it or leave it, we move on to the next guy, he should take it. Just take it so that you can go ahead and have this fight, because we've seen what's going on. People just don't want to fight you. William Zepeda, he literally said doesn't want to fight you. Isaac Cruz literally said they don't want to fight you, right? They say, oh, we don't want to fight you because you're boring. then go in there and beat him up. If he's so boring, go in there and beat him up. You're basically conceding that he's not going to let you hit him and you're going to lose the fight. Because if somebody's boring, just go in there and make the fight unboring with your skills. But apparently they don't think that they can do that. So either way, a contract, this is not Kenny Ellis anymore. This is actually Calvin Ford, the head trainer. They said, yes, a contract has been sent to Shakur, but let's see if he prices himself out. Hopefully he doesn't price himself out. Hopefully there's some negotiating going on, but Shakur understands the magnitude of this moment and he accepts the fight. He knows that Tank don't care about belts, so he can't force, Tank to through the WBC mandate. That's just not going to do anything. Or not a WBC mandate, a WBA mandate. That's just not going to do anything, right? So because of that, he has to do it. He has to be very. He has to massage it as much as he can before he gets into it, right? Because if not, they're gonna easily say no. So he has to be very careful with how he negotiates with them. But I think that this is amazing. The talks. The desire for the fight is heating up now that Lomachenko has stepped aside. It is heating up. You can see it on social media. Everybody's talking about this fight. They want to see this fight. I do believe that this fight is going to do really good pay-per-view numbers. Tank holds a lot of credibility within pay-per-view. If you give Tank a dance partner, he's proven that he could even eclipse the mythical 1 million pay-per-view mark. I think that they can get very close, if not past that, if he fights Shakur Stevenson. So although Tank doesn't need Shakur to do decent numbers, he does need Shakur to do astronomical numbers. That's my point in terms of how they are tethered because people want to see this fight. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. It's getting really good. Every day we're getting more news. The fact that Shakur is not even talking about it is the best, because remember Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, whenever they kept talking back and forth, that's when the fight didn't happen. When it was quiet, that's when we got hit with the news that the fight was going to happen. So with Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, that's to show you, or the way it is when people are actually negotiating behind the scenes, that's when they're not talking about it on social media. So don't let people that don't like Shakur, they're going to be damned if you do, damned if you don't. If he's talking on social media, they're going to be like, bro, you should just be quiet and just be negotiating behind the scenes. If he's not talking, look at him. He's quiet because he's scared of Tank now that Tank's available. Don't listen to all of this stuff. Boxing is all about gaslighting you. Don't listen to it. Just trust me. Trust me, right? I'm going to give it to you as straight as I can give it to you. Shakur Stevenson and Tank Davis are more than likely negotiating behind the scenes. Shakur Stevenson is the easiest person to sign. He's not part of another promotional company. He can easily sign a 3-fight deal with the PBC, and he is the most viewed person on free TV. So if he's the most viewed person on free TV and Tank only has a pick of the letter between people from free TV, it makes the most sense to pick Shakur Stevenson. The only other person that maybe could combat him if Tank fights is Ryan Garcia to a certain degree, and maybe Devin Haney, but we don't know for sure. In terms of free TV stuff, I think Shakur is the most probable to give Tank the most amount of money that he can make right now in this moment. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and end it right there. Let me know in the comment section. Are you guys hyped? Do you feel that that they're going to announce this fight soon? Are they going to fight in 2024, which I predicted last year that they would fight in 2024. So if they do, then we just gonna have to start raising this channel up to mythical status, because we predict all the fights correctly, and we predict when the fights are happening correctly, and we predict all the pay-per-views correctly. So this is insane. We're just a prediction machine here at Boxing Fanatico. Anyways, until the next one, guys, peace out.